Imagine a bustling city where the melodies of Spanish conversations fill the air more than English. Could this be Miami's future? Could Spanish become the predominant language here? As the sun-kissed streets of Miami vibrate with the rhythm of Latin music and the tantalizing aroma of authentic Latin cuisine wafts through the air, one can't help but notice the unmistakable Latin influence. From Little Havana to Wynwood, Miami's neighborhoods are a testament to the city's rich Latin heritage. Yet this is not just about culture, it's about language too. Miami is a bilingual city where Spanish and English coexist. But with the growing Latino population, could there come a day when Spanish eclipses English in the Magic City? What would that mean for Miami and for America as a whole? Join us as we delve into the history and explore the possibilities of this intriguing scenario. To understand Miami's potential linguistic shift, we must first look back at the history of Latino immigration in the city. Miami's story is deeply intertwined with Latin America, a relationship that has shaped its cultural, economic, and linguistic landscape. In the 60s, against the backdrop of Cold War politics and the Cuban Revolution, Miami saw its first significant wave of Latino immigration. Cuban refugees, seeking to escape Fidel Castro's regime, made the perilous journey across 90 miles of sea to reach Florida's shores. This influx of Cuban immigrants gave Miami a new, vibrant character, infusing the city with a fresh cultural energy that is still palpable today. Then, in 1980, the Mariel boat lift brought an additional wave of Cuban immigrants to Miami. An estimated 125,000 Cubans arrived within just a few months, causing a demographic shift that would further strengthen the city's ties to Latin America. But the story doesn't end there. Over the years, Miami has continued to attract immigrants from across Latin America. From the sun-soaked beaches of Puerto Rico to the winding Andean peaks of Colombia and Venezuela, people seeking a better life have made Miami their home. Each wave of migration has brought with it a rich tapestry of language, culture, and tradition, making Miami a melting pot of Latin American influences. These waves of immigration have not only given Miami its unique flavor, but have also significantly shaped its linguistic landscape. Walk down the streets of Miami today, and you'll hear Spanish spoken just as frequently as English, if not more so. This bilingualism is not just a quirky feature of Miami's streets, but a testament to the profound influence of Latino immigration on the city. And so, as we delve deeper into Miami's Latin-infused culture, we must remember that it is a city born from waves of migration, a city whose spirit is as diverse as the people who call it home. These waves of migration have significantly shaped Miami's cultural and linguistic landscape. The question now is, what does the future hold for this vibrant, multicultural city? Neighborhoods like Little Havana and Wynwood are vibrant examples of Miami's Latin influence. Just a stroll down the streets of Little Havana will transport you to a different world. This neighborhood is a testament to the Cuban diaspora's resilience and their rich cultural heritage. The air is thick with the aroma of Cuban coffee and the sound of salsa music. Domino Park buzzes with lively banter in Spanish as old-timers engage in their favorite pastime. Meanwhile, over at Wynwood, it's a different kind of Latin flavor. This once industrial district has been transformed into an outdoor art gallery, thanks to the efforts of local artists, many of whom are of Latin American descent. The buildings, adorned with vibrant murals, are a reflection of the community's spirit. Spanish phrases intermingle with English in the painted narratives, mirroring the language blend that is so characteristic of Miami. But it's not just the sights and sounds, it's the taste too. From the authentic Cuban sandwiches of Little Havana to the fusion cuisine of Wynwood, Latin gastronomy has a significant presence here. These neighborhoods are culinary hotspots where food serves as a delicious medium to experience the Latin culture. Music, too, plays a vital role in these neighborhoods. Be it the rhythmic beats of salsa, the soulful strumming of Spanish guitars, or the exhilarating tempo of reggaeton, Latin music pulses through the veins of Miami, filling its streets with an irresistible energy. And let's not forget the art. The splash of colors on the Wynwood walls, the Hispanic art exhibits in local galleries, and the public sculptures dotted around Little Havana all tell stories of Latin America's diverse and dynamic culture. Spanish is more than just a language here. It's a way of life. From casual conversations in cafeterias to official signs and billboards, Spanish is integrated seamlessly into everyday life, reflecting the demographic reality of these neighborhoods. In these neighborhoods, the Latin influence is palpable, creating a cultural melting pot where Spanish is a common tongue. This blend of cultures and languages is what makes Miami unique, morphing it into a Latin American city within the United States. The Latino population has not only influenced Miami's culture, but also significantly impacted its economy. The Latino community in Miami is more than colorful fiestas, savory empanadas, and rhythmic salsa beats. It's a powerful economic engine that has helped to transform Miami into a global city. Let's delve into how this vibrant community has influenced the job market, the rise of Latino businesses, and local politics. Now let's talk jobs. The Latino population has significantly contributed to Miami's job market. Many jobs, particularly in the service, hospitality, and construction sectors, have been created due to the demands of this growing population. Also, the bilingual nature of Miami's workforce is a significant advantage, attracting multinational corporations who value employees who can navigate effortlessly between English and Spanish. Moving on to businesses, the city is teeming with Latino-owned enterprises. From small family-owned restaurants to large corporations, these businesses have helped to fuel Miami's economic growth. In fact, the U.S. Census Bureau reports that Miami has one of the highest percentages of Latino-owned businesses in the country. Don't forget about politics. The Latino community has a significant influence on local politics. With a majority of the city's elected officials of Latino descent, policies and laws are often shaped with the Latino community in mind. This political influence extends beyond Miami to the state of Florida and even to the national level. The rise of Spanish in schools and companies is another testament to the Latino impact. Spanish is not just a language taught in schools, it's the language of instruction in many of them. And it's not uncommon for businesses to conduct their daily operations in Spanish. In essence, the Latino population is a driving force in Miami, reshaping the city's economic and political landscape. And this is just the beginning. As the Latino community continues to grow, so too will their impact on Miami's economy. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be referring to Miami as the Latin capital of America. Now, wouldn't that be something? With the continuous growth of the Latino population, what does the future hold for Miami? As we ponder this question, we must consider some intriguing possibilities. Could Spanish, in the not-too-distant future, become the dominant language in Miami? And if so, how would this shift affect Miami's identity as an American city? Now imagine strolling down the vibrant streets of Miami, where the rhythm of salsa and the aroma of Cuban coffee fill the air, and Spanish is the main language you hear. Sounds like a scene straight out of a Latin American country, doesn't it? But this could be the reality of Miami, given its current demographic trends. Already, Miami boasts a higher percentage of Spanish speakers than any other major city in the United States. Spanish is not just a language spoken at home, but it's also increasingly being used in schools, businesses, and local government. The rise of Spanish is not just a linguistic change, it's a cultural revolution that's reshaping the city's identity. But what does this mean for Miami's place within the United States? Well, it's creating a unique cultural blend that some might argue is more reflective of the country's diverse heritage. After all, America is known as a melting pot of cultures, and Miami could be leading the way in this respect. However, it's worth noting that this shift could also bring challenges. As Spanish becomes more prevalent, there might be a need for more bilingual services and education, and some may worry about the potential for cultural divisions. But let's not forget that Miami has always been a city of change, a city that thrives on its cultural diversity. It's this very diversity that makes Miami, well, Miami. So whether Spanish becomes the most spoken language or not, the city will continue to evolve and adapt, as it always has. The future of Miami is undoubtedly going to be shaped by its Latino population. Whether Spanish becomes the predominant language, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Miami, the new Latin capital of America, is a city that's constantly reinventing itself, always surprising and forever captivating. As we've seen, Miami's Latin influence is undeniable, and it continues to shape the city's future. From the rich tapestry of Latin immigration that has colored its history to the pulsating beats of Latin music that resonate through its streets, Miami is a city that thrives on its cultural diversity. The vibrant neighborhoods of Little Havana and Wynwood are testament to the city's Latin heartbeat, and the Spanish language is an integral part of everyday life. It's taught in schools, spoken in businesses, and it's even shaping the local economy. This raises an intriguing question. Could Spanish become the predominant language in Miami? It's an idea that sparks curiosity and invites further exploration. It might seem like a bold prediction now, but who knows what the future holds? Whatever the future holds, Miami remains a vibrant blend of cultures, where the fusion of English and Spanish creates a unique linguistic landscape. But the question remains, could Spanish become the predominant language in Miami? Thank you for following us in this video. Subscribe to the channel, and bye-bye.